Hi, Twin Flames Highlight Workers. This is Lisha and I am the creator of Twin Flame Musical Therapy. And I am so glad to be back on the channel with you guys. If you haven't checked out the last video that I put out, please go back and do so. It'll tell you all about Twin Flame Musical Therapy and why I started the channel. And it just gives you kind of a brief overview of what we're here to do. It gives you a perspective as to what I'm here to help you with on this twin flame journey. So if you are a twin flame or a light worker, you're welcome here. You are going to find there are so many different ways to find healing on this channel. There are so many videos that are geared towards helping you heal not only your twin flame dynamic, but also it helps you to heal as well as an individual, because you have to heal first individually before you can move into your twin flame union. Okay? It has been a while, and I just want you guys to know that I love you and that I've been missing you guys all. I have been doing so much in this last 4 months, actually about 6 months. It's been about 4 to 6 months since I was last on here. And so I've had a lot of things coming up in my life that I just had to take care of. And it didn't give me a lot of time to be able to make videos. I just had too many things going back to back. And I want to tell you guys all about it. And I'm going to try to do that briefly in this video. But I want to break it down and go into more detail in future videos as well as to what exactly I've been up to this last 4 months. But right now, this video is just to get me back on the channel, to let you guys know that I've been missing you so much. All of you that have been here with me. I want to thank you guys for helping me to meet 300 subscribers. I watched as my channel grew to 300. And, you know, I'm growing this channel organically. So I don't pay for subscribers. I don't pay for views. I let it happen the way it's supposed to happen, which is organically. And so I just value every single one of you guys who finds the channel, who finds it helpful to you on your journey, and who, you know, give to the channel, because you can give in several different ways. You can give by liking the videos. You can give by watching more of the videos. You can give by sharing them. You can give by making a comment in the comment section. You can give by following me on Instagram, listening to my music on Instagram. I am a singer-songwriter as well. You can give by giving donations. And I do have a PayPal set up and a Cash App set up in the description box. It's always in every video. And so if you guys are led to donate and give thanks as to what you've been able to gain from the channel, then I would I would greatly appreciate that and love for you to do that any way you feel most comfortable. Okay, so thank you so much for being on the channel. Every single 311 right now of you that there is, and the ones that are coming and finding this channel in the future. And I want to say that you are all loved and you're all welcome here. And whatever I am doing to help you, I am so thankful that Spirit or Source or Father Mama, as I call the Creator, is helping me to reach these, the people that I'm reaching. And so I just want you guys to understand that, I take this very seriously. And whenever I'm not able to make videos, it's definitely because of some kind of thing that I'm going through in my life. It's got to do with, it not necessarily has to do with tower moments, but sometimes it is tower moments. I did get sick back in January, and it was right at the turn of the new year when I got, really ill with a bad flu, and I was out for like 3 weeks. And so I was having a hard time and I couldn't make videos then. So that was kind of a tower moment for me. I've gone through physical things, and I've also gone through spiritual things. And so I've had to, really hone in on my spiritual gifts and learn what works for me, learn what helps me to overcome a lot of these physical ailments that I'm having and that I come down with, these illnesses that I come down with out of the blue. I just got through having something that was also another stomach virus that I just had recently that kind of took me over in the last week. But that one didn't last very long, not as long as a flu would have lasted, but it felt like a flu kind of. So a lot of these symptoms that we're experiencing, whether it's with, stomach problems or just skin issues, I had a lot of itchy skin and dealing with things that were really like uncomfortable. I remember last year I'd had an inner ear infection that was really painful, and I feel that was my inner ear chakra that was healing. I feel my solar plexus was healing with this stomach thing that I had last week. And so, this is not only connected to you, but this is also connected to your twin flame. So when your twin flame is going through things, you're going to feel it as well. And you're going to go through some similar symptoms. And this is what I've learned on this journey, is that more than likely, when you're going through something physically, your twin is going through something similar. Okay, so just know that, and know that you are always capable of coming out of whatever it is that you're going through physically, by just trusting in your spirit guides, trusting in your intuition to know what it is that you need to be taking for your health. Whether you need to cut things out of your diet, whether you need to start changing the way you, function on a daily basis. If you need to downsize and start taking some of the burden off of your shoulders when it comes to workload, then you have to do that. If your body is starting to suffer because of the workload that you have, or because of the fact that you're not getting enough sleep, or because of the fact that you're just stressing out of, over little things, then you need to slow down and start to reevaluate how you can change your lifestyle to make it accommodate for you, so that you can become better at healing yourself. Okay, so there are things that we can do. There are things that are definitely in our control that we can do to heal on this journey. And so we need to take full advantage of the gifts that we have when it comes to healing. All of us are endowed with that. All of us are endowed with spiritual gifts, and all of us know innately what it is that we need to do in order to heal ourselves and the people around us. This is part of being a twin flame. Being a twin flame comes with a knowing of that, not only that who your twin flame is once you start to find that out, but it also comes with an innate knowing of how to heal yourself. And it also comes from you being able to communicate with the higher, which the higher can consist of several different spiritual connections that you may have with either angels or whatever supernatural entities that you connect with. Okay, it doesn't have to be a specific kind of group. It could be different types of groups that you connect with on a spiritual level, because we are humans having we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So this is why our spiritual life is more important and more prominent in this journey once we start to awaken than our human self. We start to realize that the human body is not going to always carry us through everything that we're going through. And sometimes it fails us, as the human body will do when we are going through different illnesses, when we are going through different, just life changes. It can take a toll on us physically. And so we have to rely on our spiritual gifts, our spiritual knowing, our inner knowing of what we are supposed to do in order to get through it. Okay, so this is a big thing that I feel like twin flames are learning during this time, is how to go inside and to understand what it is that you need to do in order to heal not only your physical body, but all your chakras. And if you haven't checked out the chakra cleansing series, I hope you have a chance to go and do that. It is a wonderful series on healing yourself from the inside out. And so when you start to heal your inner chakras, you start to heal what's going on physically with your body as well. Okay, so I have a whole playlist dedicated to that, and I hope that you guys have been able to at least go through the playlist during this time that I've been away. But I want to go back and kind of tell you guys what I've been going through lately. Like I said, in January, I had a really bad bout of sickness, but then I was trying to get back into making videos. And then in February, I started to see that my life was changing in lots of different ways. I was able to get a job closer to where I lived. And so that was the first change I had. I interviewed for a job, and it was connected with my other job, so I was able to transfer. So, but I had to interview for this position, and then I ended up being able to get this new job. So I got a new job, and then soon thereafter, within like 2 months after that, I was able to also move into a new home. And so this is why you see the different background that is in this video versus the ones that I've done in the past. So you now will be able to see a whole new background, a whole new environment, and there will be different types of things going on in this environment that have been that are going to be very special. So I feel that because this house is very gifted with spirits, so and then they're good spirits, and so I feel that, and I felt that ever since we were able to acquire this home. So so yeah, I was able to move into a new home. I started a nonprofit business, and so that is all connected. It's all connected. These last 3 months have been connected with abundance for me, and learning how to use that abundance for good. And that is going to be part of my mission. So this nonprofit organization that I started, it was right around Easter that I decided to name this organization Haven for Hope. And so I'm really excited to tell you guys more about what it is. But right now I need to just, take it slow, and I will give you guys more details about it. But it has to do with helping women who are pregnant and who are in crises. Okay. So I'm really excited. I have some wonderful new things that are going to be coming up that I'm going to share with you guys about this mission that is just, and how it came to me. And I'll go into more detail about that in a future video. But right now I'm just giving you guys a brief overview of why I have been so busy. So this is what's kept me away. Not necessarily that I didn't think about you guys, because I was still thinking about you guys all the time. I had gotten notions to go ahead and start making videos again, and then something else would come up. So, between moving out of my apartment and moving into this home, and, starting a new business, and joining a new club that helps me to network with people, and also changing jobs for the better. So it's been a lot, it's been a lot, and that has been what kept me away for so long. But I'm back, and I'm excited to share more with you guys on this journey. So the one thing I want you to know is that during this journey, you're going to be faced with a lot of different challenges that are going to test you, that are going to test your strength, test your character, test your faith, test your ability to bounce back from things. Okay, I went through a lot of that over the past, I would say, few years, not just these last few months, but it did, kind of culminate into a lot more these last few months too. But, I just had to learn how to deal with a lot of the things that were coming my way, and several of the past videos I've told you guys about how, a lot of things that would affect me, like in the past, I had started to get a grip on how to handle it. And certain things, just for example, like when a full moon was coming around and I knew that the energies were going to be crazy, then I would, it seemed like I would always have tower moments around these time periods during full moons or retrogrades or things like that. But in this last year, I have learned that I am in control of the way I react to things and the way I'm able to handle things. And I have been manifesting my abundance, as well as coping with everything that is coming my way. Now, I will say this, when I changed jobs, I didn't realize that I was going to be in for a doozy, because a lot of the things that were going to happen at this new job were going to test my patience, test my ability to have compassion, and to be able to have patience, and genuinely really, just be aware of the nature of people and the people that I work with, because they were different people from the people that I used to work with. And so I had to learn to adjust to a whole nother type of crowd. And so it was very difficult at first. And I will say that it was just like a big culture shock for me, because, I had worked in this area before, it was the area, I wasn't new to the area, but the people that I was with were new to me. So it was just a different ball game altogether for me that I had to play. And so I had to learn how to adjust to a whole new environment. Even though the place where I work is beautiful, and it's just, there's a lot to see, and there's a lot of people that come through, it was just the different personalities, the different types of people that I was running into, and the different, like I said, mannerisms that people would have were different for me. It was just hard to deal with. Not only that, as we start to evolve on this journey and become more spiritual, we're not able to tolerate some of the same things that we used to tolerate in the past. And so things that you might have been able to let slide in the past, now you can't tolerate it anymore. And it's just hard being around people who don't have an appreciation for light, people who want to thrive on, darkness or chaos or, negativity. When we're raising our vibration, those things affect us even more. But one thing I did notice is when I was on Instagram today, I ran across a post of this beautiful girl telling how, when darkness is attracted to you, it's a good thing, because it shows you that you are of the light. And the whole post was about her speaking on how God revealed that to her on her way to wherever she was going that day. And she just had to stop and make a video about it, because when darkness is coming to you, it's a compliment, because you're of the light. Because darkness doesn't seek out darkness in order to make it, feed. It doesn't feed off of other darkness. It can't, because there's no energy there for it to take from. It can only feed off of the light, because that's where the energy is coming from. That's where the positive vibes are. That's where they're trying to bring it down to their level. But if you are strong in your faith, if you're strong in shining your light, you won't be affected by that. You will be able to just battle that off, to ward off all that darkness and negativity by continuing to keep your vibration high, by thinking about whatever it is that makes you happy and allows you to be to feel safe and to feel free. Because the main thing that darkness wants you to feel is unsafe and scared and full of fear. And so whenever you find yourself feeling those things, and you're in a tower moment, or you're in a period of time and a period in your life where you're going through so much struggle and so much of a challenge, this is what you're going to need to understand, is that you're going to have a lot of support from your angels, from your guides, from any source that you're drawing from that is allowing you to feel more of the light. Okay. So whatever that is for you, whatever that means for you, whether it's your ancestors, whether it's your angels, whether it's your spirit guides, whether it's people that, you go to on a regular basis and talk with, or that, that help you with becoming more of a better person. These are the things or the people that are going to help you to bounce back. Okay. And you're always going to have that spiritual base to fall back on. And when you're established well enough, you're going to find that every challenge that comes your way, you're going to be like blocking it, like left and right, because you're going to be so spiritually healthy that you'll be able to see it coming and allow yourself to block those paths from getting into you. Okay. Because the darkness tries to get in you. Okay. And when you're spiritually strong enough, you will not allow it to get in you or near you, because you'll be shining so bright that it has to just leave. It has to fade away. It can't take it. You got so much bright light that is too powerful for the dark to stay around. Okay. And a lot of your light will spill over onto others. One thing that I've noticed is that at the new job that I'm at, a lot of the light that I have is starting to affect others, but I do get drained. At the end of the day, when I'm coming home, I realize that I take on a lot of other people's, other people's energies. And so, and I do that because I'm an empath. Okay. And we are empaths. A lot of us as light workers, we are empaths. So we're going to take on things that are not necessarily ours. We're going to take on energies. We're going to take on sadnesses. We're going to take on pain that isn't ours. And that is just from the way we interact with people, because that's our nature. We are designed this way because we were born with that spiritual ability to help heal others through just listening to them, through being empathetic, having an empathetic ear. And so when you're around people, you'll find yourself slowly throughout the day becoming weaker and weaker, because you're feeling more drained, because your energy is becoming depleted as you give more and more to the people who need it, and the people who are coming to you for solutions, or just to be able to talk about their day or their problems that they've been having. You'll find that it just takes a lot out of you. And what you have to do every single day is to cleanse your aura, okay? So when you come home, just like I did today, and I have to do it every single day. I did this the other day. I missed the day where I didn't come home and cleanse, and I felt it. The next day I was just like, wow, my energy level is just so low, and I don't feel like I have the same amount of energy as normal because I forgot to cleanse the day before. So all that energy was still with me, all that dragging down, pulling down of, dark and negativity that I had picked up throughout the day before was still with me. So I had a hard time making it through the next day. And so I came home right away, cleansed. I'm like, okay, I got to cleanse because this is what I missed from the day before. And it really made a difference. And even when I came home today, I was feeling tired, but I knew that once I got here, I was going to cleanse. And once I cleansed, I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video. And that's exactly what I did. I had to get on here to tell you guys how much I love you, how much I've missed you, how much I appreciate you for being here. And so just letting you know that I'm going through the same things you are. We're all going through these things together as a collective. We are handling it differently, but we're handling it based on the amount of spiritual maturity that we've been able to grow and acquire over this period of time that we've been away, and that we've been going into our hermit mode and learning what it is that we need to heal from our childhood, inner childhood wounds, And so a lot of these things have been naturally healing for me, and I've been able to change my diet. I stopped eating meat. That has really helped me with my energy levels as well as my gut, because I had a lot of gut health issues. And so a lot of what I feel like I'm going through is a purging, in my gut lately. And so a lot of the stuff that was in there that needed to come out, like, meat stays in your system for months. And sometimes, you don't get it out until you decide to change your diet. And so that's what I kind of feel has been happening with me. So lots of things, you guys. But I just want to say that I'm just so thankful. I'm just so thankful for everything that I've seen happening in my own life. And, I feel stronger. I feel more powerful. I feel like I can make these videos for you guys now regularly and more consistently. Now that I'm in this new environment, now that I've closed a chapter and I'm starting a new one, being in my apartment for 10 years, it was a long journey with that apartment, and I was able to learn how to meditate in that apartment. It had so many memories, and it was kind of sentimental for me on the last day, which was last Friday. I turned in my keys, last week I turned in my keys, and it was just very sentimental for me because I went through so much of my changes and my personal growth in that little apartment space. And it was just a studio apartment, and you guys probably would have never known based on the videos, but it was a small area, but it was just right for me, just right for my personal growth. And at one point it was very quiet. At one point it was just like, very peaceful. I was able to learn, like I said, during that time, how to meditate. During that time, I was able to separate from my karmic partner and call this space my own. It was always my apartment, but I was going to my karmic partner's place for the majority of, the first 5 years that I was in that apartment, and when I was still with him. And then when I found out, that I had a twin flame, and I started to realize my twin flame, and I were supposed to be together, and we had a mission together, then I started realizing that I had to make some changes. And so the second half of that time that I was in that apartment was about me changing and learning who I am as a spiritual being, learning how to understand what it is that I need to do for myself to heal all the things that had kept me in that karmic loop, because I was in a karmic loop for 20 years with my karmic partner. So, and the reason, that I feel that I was awakened when I was is because my twin flame also was trying to find, what it is that he needed to do in order to find his other half as well. I do believe that he was on a mission to find his other half. And I do believe, though, that we both ended up meeting not the wrong person, but I would say meeting a false twin flame. And so I got confirmation from Spirit on that. We both ended up running into false twin flames and thinking that they were our true twin flame. We both ended up interacting with and having relationships with people that were actual false twin flames, okay? So during my last 5 years, I was interacting with someone who I thought was my twin flame, but really wasn't. And so was he. And so I learned this later on. And so kind of going into, like I said, closing that chapter of my apartment out, the apartment was also where I ended up starting my mission to have Twin Flame Musical Therapy as a channel for you guys. And, you know, it was a beautiful start to the journey. Even though I was with the false twin flame at the time that I started the channel, I knew that the channel was going to help me grow as well. And that's why I'm so thankful that you guys are here with me, because we're on this journey together. And I want you guys to know that whatever I go through, I know you guys have been going through it too. And I know that you guys need the love and support from me as well. And this is why I'm committed to doing this for you guys and getting back on here and being more consistent now that I'm in a new place, now that I have closed that chapter, because all the memories that are associated with that apartment, even the ones from the false twin flame, from my karmic partner, from a lot of the things that I went through with my family, even, you know, just a lot of stuff happened, you know, and I was staying there. And now I'm able to be in a totally new environment, have this peace, have this fresh new space, you know, to be able to grow in and to do great new things in. So I'm super excited about that. And I do want to give you guys a little brief overview of what's going on with my journey. I'm not going to talk about it too much into detail right now, because I want to give a separate video that's dedicated to my, you know, twin flame. And as you guys know, my twin flame is a celebrity and he is a musician. And I want you guys to know that I had never talked to my twin flame until last summer. Okay. So the whole time that, like I told you guys, I was in a false twin flame connection, because the person that I was speaking with online was someone trying to pretend to be my twin flame, my true twin flame. Now, I've always known who my true twin flame is, but when it comes to being in a celebrity twin flame connection, it's very tricky because of the fact that you're trying to communicate with someone who's a celebrity. And so when you're online, when you're on these apps or these, you know, social media ways of getting into contact with people, you think you're talking to someone and they might come at you and say, oh, this is who I am, but it may not be the real person. Okay. So I was in that situation for several years. And I will tell you guys, it was very rough for me. I went through it over and over again. I had several people trying to be my twin flame, trying to come at me and tell me that they were my twin flame, and they were not. I have a whole video dedicated to it. I started to understand and awaken to the fact that I was speaking to, you know, a perpetrator back in 2021, 2022. Okay. But I didn't really get the strength to break away from that situation until 2023. Yeah, last January, 2023 is the month that I decided to call it quits with all perpetrators that were trying to act like my twin flame. Okay. I started to open my eyes. I started to heal all my chakras. And this was also right when I was doing this chakra cleansing series, is when I got such revelations about who, you know, I had been dealing with. And so I got clarity just from doing these videos for you guys. I got my own clarity and peace of mind by learning that I had been speaking to a false twin flame all this time. Now, this person and I had been interacting online, and we had never met in person. He had never shown me, you know, a video or FaceTime of him. So, you know, I had no proof that this was actually the person that I felt was my true twin flame that I was talking to. So it was very difficult because this person kept this mask on for so long, and I was continuing to communicate with them thinking that they were my true twin flame when the whole time they weren't. So, but saying all of that, I still have to say that that experience I was meant to go through it. Okay. Now, if you're in a false twin flame connection and you suspect that you're in one, you will gain clarity that you're in a false twin flame connection, because first of all, you will have red flags. You will have clues that this person is not your true twin flame. You will start to have more arguments, disagreements. You will not feel as though you're being uplifted in this connection. You'll start to feel more drained, more depleted. Your energy will go away. You'll just be frustrated and fed up, and you will start to get super tired of the things that you're going through repeatedly, because you will start to realize that this person is not who your true twin flame is. They are just a false twin flame. They will teach you things that you need to know, though. They will be, the relationship will be necessary for your evolution, spiritual evolution. And I will say that for myself, it was necessary for me to go through what I went through, because I learned so much from that experience. It personally helped me grow so much. I became way stronger. I can spot a fake account now from a mile away. I can figure out who is following me that is not who they say they are. I got so much, I had so much clarity from this, you guys, just from learning how to deal with these fake pages. I got a lot of clarity on that during this experience. It helped me. It taught me so much about how to spot fake accounts, how not to fall into the trap again. And it took a few times, and I did get, repeatedly bamboozled, like 3 times, I would say, with 3 different people who were claiming to be my twin flame. But like I said, I had to learn. I had to learn these lessons, and these were part of my karmic lessons that I had to learn. And so this was all preparing me for my union. So you can't count everything out. You can't throw out the baby with the bathwater, because a lot of these things that you're going to go through are necessary for your spiritual evolution, so that you can strengthen who you are as a person, become your best version of yourself, so you'll be ready to interact with your true twin flame, okay? So getting back to what I was saying is that in past videos, I had mentioned that there was a time when I was connected with my twin flame, my true twin flame. Well, that turned out to be false. I did not connect with my true twin flame until I decided to go to his actual concert and see him face to face and go to a meet and greet. And that happened last summer, okay? So that was my first interaction with my true twin flame. It happened last summer, and this is what I had been wanting to tell you guys for a long time now, and I feel this is the perfect time to tell you, is that I had that eye contact. I had that initial eye contact with him. I was able to see him, speak to him, because of the fact that I went and paid a lot of money to go to a meet and greet and go to a special show that he was putting on in a very, nice area. It was just a very nice venue that he went and did a performance at. And I went, and I flew to this location that he was at. I spent lots of money to, get myself together and look the part and, and be presentable. And I went, and I went in there. And the funny thing is, he didn't recognize me when I saw him. And I had been talking to someone online, like I told you guys. And so it was very strange for me to meet him for the first time, thinking he was going to recognize me. And he had no clue who I was. And that was my first initial contact with him, because I was able to look at him in his eyes, and he saw the smile on my face. Even though he didn't know who I was, his soul recognized me, okay? His soul definitely recognized me through our eye contact. And I know that from that moment on, he was forever changed, okay? So I want you guys to know that this was a beautiful experience that I had. Even though I had been talking to someone online, and up until that moment, I had still been talking to someone online that was saying that they were him. And the reason I was able to cut that connection off quickly was because I had spoken to the person that night after I had went to the show, and I said they didn't have any idea that I was even there, okay, at the show. So obviously it was not him, okay? And so I cut that off right away, and I was so thankful. This was like a moment of relief for me, because I was able to really see the true human being in the flesh, face to face, make the eye contact, and start this ball rolling, okay? The ball started rolling, y'all. And when I say the ball started rolling, it was rolling fast, okay? Because after I got through with that experience, with that trip, I came home, was able to really do some inner, soul searching, to find out that, yes, I had been dealing with false twin flames this whole time. This man didn't know who I was. And so he finally saw me, and I was able to make that connection happen through the fact that we interlocked with our eyes and we had that moment. So from then on, I was messaging him, and I had also posted pictures with him. I posted pictures of being at his concert, and I had tagged him in the pictures. And so because of that, I was able to send him a DM. And in the tag, whenever you tag someone, they get it in their DMs. So he was able to see that I had been at his concert. I basically took pictures and tagged him that same night. And I know that he was looking for it. Because also, I forgot to tell you guys that because I went and I paid for a meet and greet, I was front row. Okay, I was like, not the very first row, but I was in the second row, and I was like less than 7 feet away from him. Okay, I could barely, if I wanted to stand up and reach out, I could almost touch his feet. Okay, because I was right there near him at the concert venue, and he was saying how nervous he was for the first time. I felt just such a beautiful aura about that whole venue because the angels were there with us, and this was like an aha moment for me because it was like we had this beautiful connection while he was on stage. He was super nervous, and I didn't mind, you know, that he was nervous, but he still sounded amazing, you guys, because our connection was there, and I could feel us, you know, the energetic cord between me and him was strong. And so he was using that energy from that I was sending him. I was clapping for him, cheering for him. He saw me. I know he saw me, even though he was trying not to look at me directly in my eyes while he was on stage, because I think that would have really messed him up. But he felt all of that. He felt my presence. He felt my excitement, my enthusiasm, my love for him. And he felt it, and he was able to get through that whole performance, and he sounded better than he ever sounded in a long time. And so it was a beautiful experience. And even right before he went on stage, and when the conductor was about to announce him, you know, the person that was announcing him was about to announce him, he was standing in the hallway at the on the side. And since I was in the second row, you know, I can see all of that. Because I'm right there at the stage. So I see him, and he's looking at me, and he backs away like he's like shocked that I was actually able to see him standing there waiting to come out on stage. That was so funny, dude. That was so funny. He actually saw me looking at him, and he saw that I was looking his direction when he was looking at me before he came out on stage, and he backed away like in timidness. And I was just like, oh my goodness. So, you know, I could tell that he knew something was going on, and so he was interested in knowing probably who I was. So, like I said, when I sent him the pictures, because I tagged him in the post, he got the pictures in his DMs, and I started sending him messages, regular messages. And I sent him messages before to his DMs, but I never knew if he was actually getting them. But now that he saw me and that we had the eye contact, he was starting to check my DMs. The way I knew that is because I had confirmation from my sources, okay, that told me, yes, he's seeing your DMs. He's listening. He's paying attention to you now. He's watching your page. He had always kind of known about me because he had run across my page before at some point. So he knew of me, but he didn't really know me until that night. And so he probably thought, who is this person? Who is this girl? And why did we have such a, you know, a crazy, you know, fantastical moment that night? And so he was probably curious, and so he started to open up his DMs so that I could send him messages regularly. So when you guys try to send messages to your celebrity twin flame, if you're not able to send more than one message, that means that they have not opened their DMs up to you yet. But if you start having the ability to send several messages, that means that they've opened their DMs up for you to send them messages, and they're looking at them, okay? And so I was able to send him messages for like 7 months. I was able to send him messages. And then all of a sudden, I got put into the request box, okay? So he moved my messages from his inbox into a request box, which means that I couldn't send him messages anymore. And that kind of hurt real bad because I felt like he was blocking me in that way. But he didn't totally block me, because if he had blocked me, then I would not have been able to see the messages that I had sent, and I wouldn't have been able to see his pictures or anything. So he didn't block me, but he put me in an inbox request, the request inbox, which means that I couldn't send him more direct messages. And I remember the day that he did that. I sent him a message at 10:10, and I didn't even realize it was 10:10. But I sent him a message, and then right after that, it wouldn't allow me to send him any more messages because I was trying to make a long text, and I was hitting send, and it said in order for him to see your messages, he has to accept your request to message him. So I was like, and I didn't know that you could do that. So I didn't know you could put someone in another category and that would, eliminate them from being able to message you. So I felt he blocked me. And so I started taking it personal. But then a couple of days later, after he did that, he put something in his post about just a little longer, baby. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I had sent him a lot of personal things in my messages that were pertaining to he and I, and that were trying to help him understand this connection somewhat. I tried to explain to him. But sometimes, when they're not ready to hear that information, they need to process it in their own way. And so they may take time out from you, and they may say, this is a little too much for me right now. I need to take time out to figure out what this is on my own. And so, yes, they may block you, or they may do some type of limitation as to how much you're able to contact them. They may put limitations on it, which is what he did with mine. So, I was upset about it for a while, but then I said, what, this is the perfect time for me to focus back on me and my healing, and to start doing things to help me and better me. And so I did that. I started to really take care of myself. Like I said, I stopped eating meat. I stopped, I started exercising more. I started doing things for myself to help better myself. And it really paid off because I started to feel, a lot more energy. I started to feel as though we were balancing out our inner masculine and inner feminine energies also individually. So he needed to do that, and I needed to do that on my own as well, because a lot of times during this connection, you guys are probably swaying more towards one or the other, whereas whether it's your divine masculine or divine feminine energy, and you have to learn how to balance those energies out, okay? So we both needed to learn how to do that. He was also, at the time, in a karmic connection. So he had a third-party connection going on, and I had found that out through my sources as well. And so he had to let go of that karmic connection, which I learned that he did. And so he had to let go of that, which he did. And then, that also required him to have time away from me, because once they start to realize that you are their one, their twin flame, they got to make changes in their own life, because maybe they've been, living with someone, or maybe they've been in an arrangement whereas they've had people around them that, are not healthy, that are toxic, and they are just now starting to realize it because of the fact that you presented yourself to them and you started to see them in a physical sense. Like I said, I went to visit him and he saw me and he started to realize, hey, this person is someone to me. What is this person? What does she mean to me? And he started having a natural curiosity to find out. He read my text message, my DMs, and he started to see that I knew a lot about him. And I know that helped him to kind of come to his own conclusions about the fact that he wasn't with his true twin flame. Okay, and so he ended that karmic connection, and I got confirmation on that. So all this is happening within the last 7 months or so. And so that all this is taking place, you guys, while I'm trying to make videos and keep doing things. I had made a song, and I told you guys I posted my song, Round and Round, and I did a video on Round and Round last fall. So all this happened after meeting him for the first time. So, it was a big step for me, to go see him physically in person. And I will encourage you guys, if you're in a celebrity twin flame connection and you want to, get the ball rolling with your connection, you got to find a way to meet that person face to face and make eye contact with them, because that's what's going to start awakening their heart chakra, okay? That's going to open up their heart chakra, to open them up to be able to cleanse all of their other chakras. Because when you start to feed them that energy based on meeting them, making that eye contact with them, your energetic cord becomes stronger. Okay, so everything that you guys experience starts to become stronger as well. And I felt that too. I felt that right after, I had gone to see him that first time. And I ended up going to see him a total of 4 times last summer. I went to 4 different concerts of his last summer, which was exciting too. So I got to feel him and his energy. I got to be in the same moment, venue with him, in the same space as him, 4 different occasions last summer. And so that kind of helped also with the energy, being able to feel his energy, him being able to feel mine. And I even let him know when I was going to be attending his concerts, and I knew he would know that he would know that I would be there. So he performed very well each time, that I went. So this helps them. This helps them a lot, because they're going to see the difference between when you're there and when you're not there. They're going to see the difference between when you make that first eye contact, and they're going to understand that it's something different about you. And that's what's going to help trigger them into their awakening. Okay, this is what I'm leading up to. When you start to feel your twin flame in the 5D on a spiritual connection, that you do have with them on a regular, you're going to be urged by your twin flame's 5D self to go and see them in the physical 3D, because your twin flame's 5D self knows what you need to do in order for your union to become possible, okay? So that's why your twin flame's 5D self is working with you this whole time. This whole time, my twin flame's 5D self has been with me. When you're in the false twin flame connection, from the very first moment that you learn that you're a twin flame, your twin flame's 5D self is helping you to understand what you need to do in order to come into union. This is why you feel them so strongly. This is why you feel like they're right there with you, even though, you're miles apart. This is why you may feel like you are the same age, even though there might be a big age gap. This is why you might feel so comfortable with them, even though they're the same sex as you. And you're not from, a family that believes in that. There are so many different types of differences that are in twin flame connections. We're here to tear down all of the stereotypes about what love is supposed to look like. Okay, we're here to tear all that down and to show people that love is love. Okay, and love can come in different forms. You don't have to be the same age as someone in order to love them. You can have a big age gap. You can have a cultural gap, whereas you're from 2 different cultures. You may have 2 different religions or backgrounds that you come from. You may be 2 different socioeconomic backgrounds. You may have 2 different lifestyles. In this case, I'm a regular person and my twin flame is a celebrity. And we have to find a way to be able to work together to make this happen, because we're both celebrities. And that's what you have to understand, is that you're both in the higher the same, okay? Well, no matter what it shows down here in the physical 3D plane, you're both the same on the 5D. You're exactly the same. You're one soul split into 2 different bodies, okay? So you need to understand that your soul is the same. And so whatever you're experiencing where you are, they're experiencing similar things wherever they are on this planet, okay? Whether you live miles away, like you could have a big distance between you two, just like me and my twin flame, but you guys are experiencing the same types of things. So when you're starting to understand who your twin flame is, your twin flame's 5D higher self will help you along your journey, okay? And also your own higher self is going to be helping you along on your journey. So you do need to understand that it is not only his or her twin flames, his or her higher self helping you on this journey, but your own higher self is helping you as well. Your ancestors and your spirit guides, your angels are helping you. They all want you to come together in this union. But first you have to heal. First you have to heal your own self. And so that is why a lot of the time that you're going to be spending is going to be spent alone in the first half of your spiritual journey. You will be spending a lot of time meditating, learning how to meditate. If you don't know how to do that, you're going to be spending a lot of time healing, knowing where it is that you need to be in order for you to have things happen for you. Certain times in your life, you're going to be having to relocate. You're going to have to move someplace, or to go visit people that you may not have seen for a long time. You may have to close some chapters in your life by going and seeing people that you haven't seen, and maybe getting some things off your chest, or letting them tell you what went on at the time that you were in the situation. These are things that we all are going to have to do, separate from when we're with our twin flame. You can't do these things while you're in the twin flame union, because a lot of times that will just serve as a conflict of when you're trying to be in union with your twin flame. It'll be too much to try to handle. So this is the reason for separation. And so the video that I've given you guys as far as learning what separation means and why it's not a bad thing, and really there is no such thing as separation, is going to be in a video called Separation Sucks. And there's a whole playlist dedicated to that as well. But it starts off with the Separation Sucks video, but it doesn't have to. And so that's what I want you guys to start focusing on, is using the resources on this channel by going to the playlist and seeing what other videos that'll help you on your journey, okay? Because everyone's in a different place on this journey. When you're looking at these videos, some of you guys may have come to this channel because you've seen the videos on the celebrity twin flame connection. Some of you guys might have just heard my songs and my music. Some of you guys might be twin flames and are looking for answers as to how you can better your twin flame connection. And some of you just might be, have happened to stumble across the channel for other reasons. So whatever the reason is, you're welcome here. Whatever the reason is, you're going to find something that'll help you heal on this channel. So just know that it's all a learning process, and you all have to go through your own individual processes on this journey before you can truly come into your sense of interacting with others, and your sense of community, and who your soul family is. Another thing I started realizing during this last 7 months is that I started to meet people who are in my soul family. And so that is a big part of your change as well. You start off kind of on a solo journey at the beginning of this, path. When you're finding out that you're a twin flame, you start learning all the things that you need to know about it. You start understanding what a twin flame is, and then you start to realize that there are certain things that you didn't know that are happening now in your life, and they were all connected from the past. You have past lives that you've been through, and you have things that you've gone through that you are going to need to learn how to adjust and to heal from. Like I said, the old past wounds that you have. Some of these things have to be dealt with before you can come into contact physically with your twin flame. And so I can't say that it was necessarily a bad thing that I spent the first 4 years of my twin flame journey never having met or interacted with my twin flame. I can never say that, because now that I've experienced these things, and that I've seen several things happen on my journey, such as my family my family connection has healed. I've started to heal my physical self, my body. I've started to heal all my chakras and align all my chakras. I had to do all these things before I even could meet my twin flame in person, okay? So the false twin flame experience that I had prepared me for a lot of the things that I'm going through now with my true twin flame, because there were so many different things that were similar about the false twin flame as my true twin flame. So they're not bad experiences. They're all meant to happen for a reason. And you just have to learn that when you do learn the lesson, those things will clear out of your pathway, and you will never have to deal with that again. Once you learn the lesson, you'll be able to clear all that old negativity out, and you'll start to be able to see exactly where your journey's taking you. And so for me, mine took me to go to my twin flames concert last summer and see him at the meet and greet. Okay, and that led me down to the path of being able to direct message him. So a lot of these things that you're going to experience will come during the time that they're supposed to come. And that is what they call divine timing, okay? In order for this to happen, you have to have this happen so that you can get to that point, okay? So I had to go through all of that, 4 years of not knowing what, was a twin flame, and not knowing, understanding everything about the twin flame journey. I had to learn it all from scratch. I had no idea what a twin flame was when I first started, but I learned that it was a beautiful connection that I would not trade in for anything. It's the highest form of love you can have for a person. And being the fact that you are one soul in two different bodies means you're experiencing this lifetime together. And, everything that you're doing to help heal is going to heal your twin flame. So all those things that I did for those first 4 years helped my twin flame heal as well. And so when I saw him, I awakened his heart chakra by connecting with him through the eye contact. And then he was able to see in his life where he needed to change things around. So he's done that. I've started to say, like I said, to work on my mission more. And I've started this nonprofit. I've had the abundance starting to flow in. I've seen myself manifesting things very quickly now. And so it's just a matter of time before I'm with my twin flame. I have all the hope and faith in the world that this is happening very soon. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to happen. So like I told you guys, you will be the first to know. And when this does happen, I have had confirmation, like I told you in the last video that I put out, that we will be doing these videos together once he and I are in union, physical 3D union. It's meant to happen for you, okay? A lot of people that I've come in contact with that are on this kind of a celebrity twin flame journey have a lot of doubt and a lot of things that they are personally having to struggle with in terms of the faith, having the faith on this journey that this is truly meant to happen for them. And so I want to just encourage you guys to realize that everything that you're going through, whether you're finding this channel by, maybe you type something in on YouTube and you found this channel, you started to realize that this was something that was totally in line with what you were going through. This is how it works, okay? Every single reading that I've read on or seen on YouTube has been divinely guided to me because of the fact that that's how Spirit works. Spirit guides you to the videos that you need to watch in order to help you on your journey, right? You guys have all been there. We've been there. We've done this a million times on this journey, whereas we needed answers and we've asked our angels, our guides, we've prayed for help, and they've sent us the answer in a video or in a person, a stranger, a passerby just coming up to you and telling you something that encouraged you that day or made you feel better and encourage you to keep going on this journey. When you start to doubt yourself, when you start to be negative about your journey and start to lose faith on this journey, I would encourage you to stop and just focus on yourself and focus on your inner healing so that you will understand that this is not something that is meant for you to break you down. This is not supposed to break you down or make you feel worse inside. It's not supposed to harm you or make you afraid of the fact that this is going to happen in your life. It's supposed to encourage you. When you know who your twin flame is, it's supposed to be an encouragement for you to continue on this spiritual path so that you can get to that point where you can have this beautiful union. But first you have to have that beautiful union inside, in yourself. You have to unify yourself first with your inner divine masculine and inner divine feminine that you do have, that is beautiful. And that is a part of your, not only your connection with your twin flame, but it's a part of you. You are whole and complete as a person in and of yourself. But your twin flame is just there to reinforce that in you, okay? Once you are together, that's just the icing on the cake. But the actual spiritual journey and getting to that point is the true divine process that you need in order to become the best version of yourself. And that makes me so excited to tell you about this because I see it happening in others around me who are also on this journey. And it is such a beautiful thing because I see them taking the necessary steps to go and be at the same venue as their twin flame or meet up with them in some way, shape, or form. Whether it's, they know that their twin flame is going to be here, and they go and they just go based on faith, and not knowing that they're even going to have a chance to see them, but they end up seeing them. Okay, so you got to do what your spirit is guiding you to do. Have faith, trust your intuition, do what your spirit is telling you to do on this journey, and you will never regret it. You will never regret it, because you're going to have tribulations, you're going to have trials, you're going to have things that test you on this journey, but it's all meant for your highest good. Okay, you will have struggles, you will have tower moments, you will have family people that come and try to throw you off, you will have friends that come and may disrupt you and try to throw you off or tell you you're crazy. You'll have people telling you that this is not supposed to happen to you. You're who do you think you are? You will have all kinds of naysayers trying to come in your life to tell you that this is not meant for you. But and this keeps coming back over and over again in your heart, that it is true, that you're meant to be with this person. So do what you need to do to be with that person. But also do what you need to do to heal and become the best version of yourself. That will prepare you for this union, okay? So I'm getting to the close of this video because it's getting pretty long. But I wanted you guys to know that since I've been in contact with my twin flame, I've seen his changes. I've seen him grow and develop spiritually. He's awakening spiritually. And the divine masculines, like I told you guys in past videos as well, they awaken after the divine feminine. Okay, so there's a reason that you had to go through all of what you went through before your twin flame started to awaken. And if you don't do the eye contact part of this, where you go and you see them in face to face, then it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to see them awaken, okay, and to start them on their awakening path. So it is a very necessary part of the divine feminine's journey to go and meet her twin flame or see them face to face at some point on this journey. And if you're too intimidated to do that, you have to start learning how to trust yourself enough to know that you will make the right decision no matter what path you choose, okay? All paths lead home. This is something that Liz has always said on her channel, Guided by Angels. If you guys watch her, I always keep her in the description box because she's a great reference. She has positive messages for you every single day. That's one of the people that I started watching regularly at the beginning when I was trying to go through my own separation and not understanding all about this journey. And I learned so much from her. But once I started to learn more about the journey, there was less and less need for me to watch those videos all the time. So that's another thing you'll start to find, is that as you start to learn more about the journey and what your mission is here on earth to do as an individual first, and then with your twin flame, you'll start to realize you don't have to rely as much on those videos regularly. Like, we can become addicted to them at some point. So you don't have to do that after you start to realize what your mission is, because your mission is going to take up a lot of your time and energy, and you're going to be dedicated to that before you get into your union, okay? So that's going to help you also get to your union faster, because once you learn what your mission is and start dedicating yourself to it, you will be, that much more fruitful and manifesting things that you want in your life. And they will automatically come to you, and you will start to see your twin flame doing the same things in their life, okay? My twin flame needed to get an album finished, and so now I feel that he's done that. He's been able to do that. And something else I'm going to tell you guys, there's some engines revving up for confirmation that the divine masculines are revving it up for us, okay? Oh, this is a helicopter or airplane, so this is also confirmation that they are on their way. But so just know that your divine masculine needs to see you shining your light. They need to see you shining your light. So if you don't have a social media presence, if you don't have anything so that they can see you in your element, shining your light, it's going to be very difficult for them to awaken, because they won't have anything to move forward for, okay? The divine feminine is a light. The divine masculine anchors the connection down into the 3D once they awaken, okay? It is their responsibility to make this connection come into the 3D by manifesting the 3D relationship, okay? You're not supposed to go and pursue them. Once you start awakening, once they start awakening to this journey, it is their responsibility to get to their point where they can come towards you, okay? So that's another thing that I feel like is a misconception, is that the divine feminine is merely there to shine her light. She's not supposed to pursue the divine masculine like some kind of, obsessed person, okay? Once you see them and you awaken them, you are supposed to continue on your mission, continue to self-heal, to grow, to become your best version of yourself, and they are in turn supposed to find you and start this connection in the 3D with you, okay? It is their turn at that point to start anchoring it into the physical, okay? So you don't need to push them further. You don't need to tell them what to do. All you have to do is continue to be your beautiful self and shine your light, and they will come to you, okay? That's the whole point of the, tarot readings. When you see the tarot and they say they're, they're going to offer you their cup of love, they're coming to you, they're doing this, they're preparing, they're getting ready, they're awakening, they're the magician. All these things are helping you understand the dynamic of this connection. Tarot is simply a tool that we use to help us understand the twists and turns that happen on this journey. But there is a basic, a basic pathway that most of us are taking, and it's all connected. It's all similar. It's very, very similar when it comes down to the stages of this cycle of this twin flame connection. So when you're going through these stages, just understand that it's very important for you to know that once you start doing what you're supposed to do, the divine masculines know what they need to do, and they start doing it as well, okay, on their end. And so you don't have to do anything else after that. You just need to focus on you and doing what you need to do to continue to shine your light, help continue to heal your family and the people around you, build your community, build your social network, build the soul family that you've always been seeking. Do your mission, and you'll find that these people will naturally come to you. They'll be drawn to you because you're going to be shining your light so brightly. All right, so there's a lot of information in this video. I definitely want to go through more detail with you guys. Like I said, on my own personal journey, I will dedicate a video to that. I'll dedicate a video to my mission that I'm doing with this nonprofit, and I will let you guys know how that's going as well in the very near future. I'm going to be taking a little trip out of town to Colorado this weekend, so I'm going to have some fun for right now, but I will be back with a video for you guys very soon, and tell you guys more details about what's going on, what we're going to expect for this channel in the next few months, and some super exciting things coming very soon. So thank you guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching this video, for sticking with me, for coming back even though I was gone for so long. I love you guys all. I've been thinking of you so much, and keeping you in my prayers and my thoughts, and knowing that you guys are moving forward in your connections just like I am, because we are a collective and we function very similarly. So just because I wasn't here doesn't mean you guys weren't going through your own thing. And so I know that, and I want to say, congratulations to you guys for all the things that you've gone through and managed to overcome in these last 6 months. You're doing great. You're great. You're doing great. You're doing amazing with your own journeys, and even if you feel like you've been stagnant, there's always a place to start and to pick back up where you left off and continue on this journey with your healing process, okay? So don't think that you've been lost for a while. Don't think that any tower moments that you feel might have set you back. That's all a misconception, okay? You are right where you need to be, and Spirit is still right there guiding you through this journey. Your twin flames higher self is guiding you through this journey. Your higher self is guiding you through this journey and showing you what exactly you need to know through the signs, through the synchronicities, and through the daily messages that you're getting from these readings that you're watching, which I know you guys watch different readings other than mine. So, when I come on here, I do a lot of talking, but a lot of people will read for you guys and tell you guys what's going on in your journeys individually. And I want to get to that point for myself as well, where I can do that for you guys. But right now, I have a lot of things that are going on. So when I come on here, I'm sharing with you from my heart what I've been experiencing, because I know that somebody else can help it can help them on their journey as well, and they're benefiting from that as well. So I want to do some spirit baby readings soon. I'm going to make some spirit baby cards. I have a lot of things connected with babies and you know, mommies and daddies. So if you are wanting to see spirit baby readings, please let me know in the comments. If you have liked this video, please like it, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed watching it, if I helped you in any way, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make a comment. Share with us what you guys have been going through in this last 6 months since I haven't been able to be on here. Give us an update. You know, if you're so brave as to do so, give us an update on your journey, on your connection, and let us know what exactly you've been dealing with. Tell me what you want to hear in the next video as far as some things that you might want me to focus on as well. You guys know that my email is always in the videos as well, in the description box. All of my information is there. So give any way you can. Give back in any way you can, whether it's liking the videos, making comments, sending donations, you know, emailing me and letting me know about your journeys, booking a Mission Magic coaching session. I'm back on track with those. So get a Mission Magic coaching session in. If you don't know what that is, please go to the playlist where I explain that Mission Magic coaching session to you, and you can see the testimonials that have been there. I'm back doing those as well. So we're back. So please let me know what you guys want to see on the channel, and let's go. Let's get it going. And I know for a fact that you guys are all headed to your union, and that's what I'm here to help you, encourage you to know about yourself, is that you're on the right path. You're right where you need to be, and Spirit is helping you through this whole process, and you're doing a great job. And I love you guys so much. Until next time, which will be less than a week from now, but I want to tell you guys that there's just so much that I have to share with you still, and I'm excited to do it. So we're going to start a new chapter together, okay, on this channel. Thank you. I love you. Until next time. Bye-bye.